Well, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin says that when finished, his state will have the best history standards in the nation. Critics, though, of his administration's revisions claim they still improperly whitewash history when it comes to race. Our political and government reporter Leonard N. Fleming spoke to the governor last week about this and also spoke to those critical of the changes. Leonard.
Governor Youngkin's history standards, critics say, still don't tackle accurate, inclusive history. And this comes after his administration was under intense scrutiny late last year to include more inclusive standards.
I think the response to them broadly has been incredibly good, and we will have the best standards in America, where we teach all of our history, the good and the bad.
And it's that declaration from the governor that some say just isn't true. This week, the State Board of Education will consider the latest draft of history standards proposed by the Youngkin administration. The governor has promised that racism and slavery will be taught in schools.
We talk about topics that need to be taught at the right age level. We also have a moment to step back and make sure that we take in lots of people's input, which I think we've done a very comprehensive job in doing.
Atif Carney, the education secretary under the previous governor, says not so fast. Youngkin, he says, ran on a platform to fight racial indoctrination in schools. Is this just window dressing on the part of the governor and his administration?
The governor is definitely incorrect that these definitely will not be the best standards in the country. There's still significant problems with them. And he's also incorrect that the community has been fully engaged. There are so many people who have not been engaged.
The Youngkin administration was under heavy fire by the public for revised K-12 history standards that, among other gaffes, called Native Americans the country's first immigrants. The previous standards proposed under former Governor Ralph Northam were much better and more inclusive, he argues.
If those were adopted by the Board of Education and implemented, those would be the best standards across the country ever. They take into account teaching a more honest and complete history, but they're inclusive of all different voices, and they uplift a lot of different communities.
Makia Little is a parent advocate who served on the African American History Education Commission that spent 2 years developing new standards.
As the parent advocate on the African American History Education Commission that started this work of making sure Virginia's history was more inclusive more than 2 years ago, hundreds of hours and hundreds of Virginians were involved in the process of making our history standards more inclusive. And Glenn Youngkin's administration essentially threw all of our work in the trash. And instead of focusing on increasing teacher pay and protecting students, staff, and educators, he's just determined to continue his attack on public education and inclusive history.
The governor rejects that viewpoint.
I'm excited about these history standards as they have just been released, and I think Virginians will be excited.
The 9-member Education Board is expected to take this up at one of its meetings this week. The board will decide whether or not to move forward with public hearings with the next draft. So revisions could actually be coming. Reporting from the newsroom, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now. Back to you.